learners! I am your radio teacher, Teacher Rowella S. Santos. I will be with you for our lesson on chords, arcs, central angles, and inscribed angles. Are you ready, my dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Before we proceed to our lesson, let me give you some reminders. You can jot down important points in your paper as we go on with the discussion, and most importantly, you must listen attentively for a better understanding of the lesson. Is it clear, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. May we have a simple recall of what you have learned in the last episode of our segment, Math Alive sa Facebook Live. Can you recall our lesson?
I learned how a polynomial function is written in standard form or factored form, ma'am.
That is right. Any more?
I also learned that I can evaluate a polynomial function by direct substitution and by synthetic division, ma'am.
Ma'am, I learned how to find the roots or zeros.
I can easily sketch the graph of a polynomial function by using its x-intercepts, zeros or roots, the leading term, and the degree, ma'am.
Good job! Thank you, dear learners, for remembering our previous lesson. In today's episode, you will learn about a circle. Can you give me an example or illustration of a circle?
Yes, ma'am. The coins in my pocket.
My plate when I eat.
Ma'am, the pizza.
The wheels of my bike, ma'am.
Ma'am, I am reminded again of what I always hear from my mother, which goes this way in Filipino. Ang buhay ng tao ay parang gulong. Minsan ay nasa ibabaw at minsan ay nasa ilalim, which I believe is true because we always have our ups and downs.
Wow! Excellent! Thank you again for those bright ideas. My dear learners, anything that exists in this world is always connected to human life. I know there are still lots of examples that you can give. Now, we are ready with our lesson about circle. Please open your learning activity sheets on pages 2 and 3 to guide us in our discussion for today's episode. What do you know about a circle?
Ma'am, a circle is a set of all points on the plane that are of the same distance from a fixed point called the center.
That's right! Let's consider this situation. Cora, Ophelia, Venus, Inday, and Daisy stood around a circular flower garden early morning of Monday. These 5 guys were amazed of the fountain built at the center of the garden. If Cora is 2 meters away from the center, then how far is Ophelia, Venus, Inday, or Daisy from the center also?
Ma'am, each of them is 2 meters away from the center because all points on the circle have equal distance from the center of a circle. And those 5 guys are assumed to be points on the circle and radii of the same circle have equal lengths.
Very well said! Now, look at the upper right circle on page 2 of your learning activity sheets. What is the name of the given circle?
Ma'am, the center of the given circle is capital letter A. So, it is named as circle A because a circle is named through its center.
Exactly! A circle is named through its center. Now, other parts related to a circle were previously discussed when you were in the lower grade. They are illustrated on page 2 of your learning activity sheet. Please go over them while having a short break.
Naku, Malapit na ang pasahan ng outputs.
Retrieval time na naman. Narito ang mga dapat mong tandaan sa pagpasa ng outputs mo, Kadonyan.
Tiyaking nakasulat ang iyong pangalan sa bawat subject na iyong ipapasa.
Oops, huwag ding kalimutang isulat ang iyong seksyon kung saan ka kabilang.
Mahalagang lagyan din ng label na Week 1
Week 2, 3 o 4 ang iyong outputs kung anong aralin.
at bilang nito upang malaman ng guro kung kumpleto ang iyong ipinasang outputs sa bawat linggo. Kadonyan!
Kung maaari, isulat din ang pangalan ng iyong guro sa bawat subject.
Kung may color coding, sundin ito upang madaling malaman ng iyong advisor at maibigay sa tamang guro.
Paghiwalayin ang mga sagutang papel sa bawat subject.
Huwag paghaluin ang iyong mga sagot sa dalawang subject sa iisang papel.
Kung masusunod mo ang mga ito, tiyak ang mga guro ay hindi malilito.
Sa pagpasa ng mga outputs, tiyaking maayos at organisado.
Ayusin ang output batay sa mga sumusunod na bawat aralin.
Una, sagot ng mga gawain. Pangalawa, refleksyon.
Pangatlo, lingguang pagtataya.
At pang-apat, summative test kung mayroon.
Isang paalala mula sa pamunuan ng Tonya Aurora National High School at ng istasyong ito.
We're back! Let's see how these parts are defined. What is a radius? How will you describe the radius?
Ma'am, the radius of a circle is the distance from the center to any point on the circle, and its length is half of its diameter.
Very good! The radius of a circle is the distance from the center to any point on the circle, and its length is half of its diameter. How about the chord of a circle?
A chord of a circle is a line segment with endpoints that are on the circle, ma'am.
That's right! A chord of a circle is a line segment with endpoints that are on the circle. Let's have the diameter. What is a diameter?
The diameter, ma'am, is a chord that passes through the center of a circle and its length is twice the length of the radius.
Magnificent! The diameter is a chord that passes through the center of a circle, and its length is twice the length of the radius. This time, let us see how central angles and inscribed angles are formed in a circle. Do you want to eat pizza today?
Yes, ma'am!
Hopefully, you can buy after our episode. For instance, Mrs. Merlinda D. Dante, the head teacher 5 of Mathematics Learning Area, bought a bigger size of pizza. If you are one of them, how are you going to divide the pizza if there are 16 teachers?
I shall locate the center, ma'am, then cut the pizza with a slicer such that there are 8 straight lines passing through the center, assumed to be the diameters. From that, the pizza is divided equally into 16 parts or 16 slices.
Amazing! Do you see an angle formed in each slice of pizza?
Yes, Ma'am Rowella. There is because the pointed part is the center of the pizza, which serves as the vertex of the angle.
That is correct! Any other answer?
The two sides of each slice is assumed to be two radii, ma'am.
That is right! What else?
Ma'am Ella, the curve opposite the pointed part of each slice serves as the intercepted arc of the central angle.
Good job, dear learners! What do you notice when you buy a pizza and what moral value is emphasized?
Ma'am, the pizza is divided equally among the number of persons to eat. It emphasizes equality, ma'am.
You have excellent ideas, dear learners. Keep it up! Central angle and its intercepted arc were mentioned a while ago. In your observation, how do you define a central angle and its intercepted arc?
Ma'am, an angle is a circle with its center as the vertex and with its two radii as sides is called a central angle.
An arc found in the interior of a central angle is an intercepted arc, ma'am.
Thank you for those excellent answers. Take a look at Circle B on page 2 of your learning activity sheet. Describe the angle found in Circle B.
The center of the circle is B, Ma'am Rowella.
Yes, you're right. The center of the circle is B. Can you name the two radii of Circle B?
The two radii are line segments BA and BC, ma'am.
Yes, that is correct. The two radii are line segments BA and BC. What can you say about the endpoints of arc AC?
The endpoints of arc AC are also the endpoints of line segments BA and BC, ma'am.
Wow! You are really listening and know what you are talking about. In other words, angle ABC is a central angle because its vertex is the center of the circle, and the two sides are the radii of the same circle. Angle ABC intercepts arc AC. So, arc AC is an intercepted arc of angle ABC. Is it clear, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow! How brilliant you are, dear learners! I hope that this part of the lesson is already clear to all of you. We shall be right back after this reminder.
Do you encounter problems in accomplishing the different activities in your modules or learning activity sheets?
Worry no more because your teachers are always ready to guide and assist you. You can send your questions or clarifications in two easy ways. 1. Call or text, and 2. Private message. So easy, right? Remember, at Doña Aurora National High School, we make amazing things possible.
This reminder is brought to you by Doña Aurora National High School and this station.
We're back! Thank you for still tuning in. Another angle that can be found in a circle is the inscribed angle. On page 3 of your learning activity sheets, Activity 2, let us have Circle A. Will you name the central angle?
Angle HAT, ma'am.
Yes! Angle HAT is the central angle. Why do we say that angle HAT is the central angle of Circle A?
Angle HAT is the central angle because its vertex A is the center of circle A and its sides are line segments AH and AT, which are radii of the same circle.
Marvelous! Angle HAT is the central angle because its vertex A is the center of circle A and its sides are line segments AH and AT, which are radii of the same circle. How about angle HTM? Is it also a central angle? Why?
No, ma'am. The vertex of angle HTM is not the center of the circle.
That's great! The vertex of angle HTM is not the center of the circle. Therefore, it is not called central angle. What do you call angle HTM? Okay, angle HTM is another angle, but it is not a central angle. It is an inscribed angle. Yes, angle HTM is an inscribed angle. It is an angle whose vertex is found on the circle and with two chords of the same circle as its sides. Can you describe angle HTM?
The vertex of angle HTM, which is vertex T, is not on the center of the circle, but instead, it is found on the circle, ma'am.
Yes, that is right. What about the sides of angle HTM? Are they radii?
No, ma'am. The sides of angle HTM are not radii, but instead, they are the chords of circle A. The sides are chords HT and MT.
You are correct. The sides of angle HTM are not radii, but instead, they are the chords of circle A. The sides are chords HT and MT. What is the intercepted arc of angle HTM?
Angle HTM intercepts arc HM because arc HM is in the interior of angle HTM.
Amazing! You got it correctly. Can you follow, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope so. This time, let's find out how the angle measure is related to the measure of its intercepted arc. What happens when two protractors are put together? What is the figure form?
A circle is formed, ma'am.
Absolutely correct. It's a circle. And what is the total degree measure of a circle?
Ma'am, 360 degrees.
Yes, that is true. It's 360 degrees. The degree measure of a protractor is 180 degrees. And a circle is formed by two protractors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, when a circle is drawn on Cartesian plane with the point of origin as the center, circle is divided into 4 equal central angles. Each central angle is 90 degrees. What would be the measure of the intercepted arc of the central angle?
It is also 90 degrees, ma'am.
That's right. It is because the measure of a central angle is equal to the measure of its intercepted arc. Next, how is the measure of an inscribed angle related to its intercepted arc?
Ma'am, the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc, or the measure of the intercepted arc is twice the measure of the inscribed angle.
Wow, you are so good! In other words, if an intercepted arc is 100 degrees, then the measure of the inscribed angle is how many degrees?
50 degrees, ma'am.
You're correct. It's 50 degrees. 1/2 of 100 degrees is 50 degrees. Okay. If an inscribed angle measures 35 degrees, what is the measure of its intercepted arc?
Ma'am Ella, it's 70 degrees, ma'am.
Perfect! It's 70 degrees. May I ask why?
The measure of the intercepted arc is twice the measure of the inscribed angle. Twice 35 degrees is 70, ma'am.
Marvelous! Let's have activity 3 on page 3 of your learning activity sheets. In circle A, angle CAB is 70 degrees and arc BE is 110 degrees. I repeat, angle CAB is 70 degrees and arc BE is 110 degrees. Number 1. What is the measure of arc BC if angle CAB is 70 degrees and arc BE is 110 degrees? and why? Ready? Go, go, go!
Ma'am, arc BC is 70 degrees because angle CAB is a central angle which measures 70 degrees. The measure of an intercepted arc is equal to the measure of its central angle.
Magnificent! The measure of an intercepted arc is equal to the measure of its central angle. That is why arc BC is 70 degrees. Number 2. How about the measure of angle BCE? What is the measure of angle BCE if angle CAB is 70 degrees and arc BE is 110 degrees? Ready? Go, go, go!
Since angle BCE is an inscribed angle and its intercepted arc is 110 degrees, ma'am, then the measure of angle BCE is 55 degrees.
You got it! Angle BCE is 55 degrees because it is an inscribed angle and its intercepted arc is 110 degrees. You can now answer activities 1, 2, and 3 on pages 2 and 3 after this episode. Thank you for the job well done. We'll have a recap after a short reminder.
Facts about COVID-19. What is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. What are symptoms of COVID-19? Symptoms can include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia or breathing difficulties. How can we prevent COVID-19? To prevent the spread of COVID-19, clean your hand often. Maintain a safe distance. Wear masks when physical distancing is not possible. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home when you feel unwell, and if you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention.
This health advisory is brought to you by World Health Organization, Doña Aurora National High School, and this station.
We're back! Let's summarize what we have discussed. What have you learned about central angle and its intercepted arc?
Ma'am, I have learned that the measure of a central angle is equal to the measure of its intercepted arc.
Very good! What about an inscribed angle and its intercepted arc?
Ma'am, the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc, or the measure of the intercepted arc is twice the measure of the inscribed angle.
Magnificent! And how do you differentiate a central angle from an inscribed angle?
The vertex of a central angle, ma'am, is found in the center of the circle, while the vertex of an inscribed angle is found on the circle.
Marvelous! What about their sides? What can you say about the sides of a central angle and inscribed angle?
Ma'am, the sides of a central angle are 2 radii, while the sides of an inscribed angle are 2 chords.
Very well said, my dear learners. Wow! We're done! Continue learning new concepts and skills about circles. For inquiries or clarifications about the lesson, you may call or message your teacher in grade 10 mathematics. Please don't forget to write on a sheet of paper your reflections about the lessons found in your learning activity sheets. Writing your full name, grade and section, complete and correct details in your outputs per subject is very much appreciated by your teachers. Please submit your outputs regularly to our school's distribution and retrieval team on the scheduled date in your respective barangay. Until the next episode of Fun-Filled Learning in Mathematics Central Radio. Have a wonderful day! Always remember that we can make our learning fun and easy by having a positive mindset that nobody is weak in mathematics. This is your radio teacher, Teacher Rowella S. Santos, saying, God bless everyone! Goodbye!
Thank you very much, Teacher Rowella, for another informative and fun-filled episode. Congratulations, dear learners! Indeed, you have a wonderful day today. I hope you understand your lessons well. Make it a habit to tune in to our school's radio station, 106.3, the WDR-FM. Dance Radio, where learning is amazing. On behalf of the production team, we would like to thank our very own script writer, Teacher Maria Corazon A. Molina, a grade 10 mathematics teacher, our radio teacher, Teacher Rowella S. Santos, and our quality assurance team, Teacher Beverlyn L. Ramirez, and Head Teacher 5, Ma'am Merlinda D. Dante of Mathematics Learning Area. I am your radio host and your technical specialist, Teacher Rufino R. Pomede Jr. Goodbye!
Precalculus,
Advanced Algebra,
Intermediate Algebra, Trigonometry,
Elementary Algebra,
Geometry, mga aralin na dapat tuklasin.
Mathematics Learning Area,
Mathematics, kahit saan, kahit kailan.
Mathematics Maaasahan.
Inyong tututukan dito sa
106.3
Dance Radio.
Learning is amazing!
Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio is amazing.
Yes! Welcome back to Mata Live sa Facebook Live. Yan, dapat alive na alive tayong lahat. So, gising pa ba kayo, our dear learners? And thank you sa ating 1,800 viewers. Okay. 1,200 na pala. Okay, so salamat sa ating 1,201 na viewers. Wag nyo kaming iiwan, magkakasama tayo hanggang wakas. Sabi ni Mami Merly kanina, nakita nyo naman, isa-isa niyang chinecheck ang attendance ng lahat ng grade 10. Okay, so I hope you've listened attentively on our RBI, on ARCS, Chords, Central Angle, and Inscribed Angles. So to deepen our understanding, may we call on Teacher Delma Quaresma for a brief review and Teacher Marley Jane Espiritu to give the learning competencies on what are we going to learn today.
Yan. Thank you, Teacher Marife. So let's have a brief review of the things you have learned from the RBI lesson that you just have heard a while ago. These are, number 1, you're able to learn to define and identify arcs, chords, central angles, and inscribed angles. And the second one is, you were able to learn how to identify relations among arcs, chords, central angles, and inscribed angles. And for the learning competencies of today's live discussion, we will hear it from Ma'am Marley.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. So for our grade 10 learners, what are you going to learn today? So we have the first, to prove theorems related to chords, arcs, central angles, and inscribed angles. And the second one, to illustrate secants, tangents, and sectors of a circle. So before we would start our discussion, may we have first the answer to Math Roleta question number 1. Ma'am Marife?
Yes, eto na. Meron na tayong first 10. So congratulations sa first 10 na nakapag-send ng tamang sagot. Ang sagot ay letter C. So we have here Lander Akov of 10 Sinagtala, Alexis Manzano of 10 Einstein, Hazel Antomas of 10 Camagong. Wow! Thank you, 10 Camagong. Micaela Nicole Besa of 10 Einstein, Andrea Micaela Sugitan of 10 Camagong again. Angel Melchor of 10 Mendeleev, Cesarina Santiago of 10 Einstein, Giancarlo Linta of 10 Einstein, Jonah Castro of 10 Mendeleev, and Casey Valdez of 10 Mendeleev. Okay, spin na natin. Sino kaya ang mapalad na mananalo ng 30 pesos worth of load sponsored by Ma'am Larna Tan Nevado? Thank you so much, Ma'am Larna. And congratulations to... Wow! Ako yan! Andrea Micaela Sugitan of 10 Camagong, first time na may nanalo sa 10 Camagong. Congratulations, Andrea. Okay, so it's time to give the second question. So may we have Sir Sunny. Sir Sunny? Naglag si Sir. Okay, alam nyo na, ayun na si Sir.
Wala. Naglag.
Okay, sige. For the second question, malis si Sir. If the measure of a central angle of circle P is 83 degrees, then what is the measure of its intercepted arc? Okay. A, 42.5 degrees. B, 83 degrees. C, 166 degrees. And D is 277 degrees. Okay. Go, go, go! Oh, ano pang hinihintay ninyo? I-send na ang tamang sagot para may chance na manalo ng 30 pesos worth of load. Okay, so this time, may we call on Teacher Marley Jane for the discussion and explanation of Theorems 1 and 2 about arcs, chords, central angles, and inscribed angles, together with Teacher Delma Quaresma, showing you the actual solution using the Google Jamboard by giving some examples.
Thank you, Ma'am Marife. So, let us try to continue talking about circles and its parts by talking about the theorems about circles. So, we have theorem number 1. If two central angles of a circle are congruent, then their corresponding minor arcs are congruent. So, let us look at the figure. So, you have here the central angles are angle AOB and angle DOC. It is said that angle BOA is congruent to angle DOC or angle COD. Therefore, their corresponding minor arcs are also congruent. The intercepted arc of angle BOA is arc AB, and the intercepted arc of angle COD is arc CD. That is why, if the central angles are congruent, their intercepted arcs are also congruent. So you will have arc AB is congruent to arc CD. If we say congruent, they have the same measure or equal measure. Okay, let us have an example. If measure angle BOA is equal to 80 degrees, then the measure of angles and the measure of angle COD is also 80 degrees, then measure arc AB is 80 degrees and measure arc CD is also 80 degrees. So there, you have it in the figure. Now let us proceed with theorem number 2. If two chords of a circle on congruent circles are congruent, then their corresponding minor arcs are congruent. So you have there the central angles, angle AOB. Then the other one is angle COD. Now if you are going to connect points A and B, you have segment AB, which is a chord. And connecting also points C and D, you will have a chord. So if these two chords are congruent, then what will happen? Arc AB is also congruent to arc CD, since the chords are congruent. Okay, let's have the example. If segment AB is equal to 5 units and segment CD is equal to 5 units also, then measure arc AB is equal to, or if measure arc AB is equal to 50 degrees, then we also say that measure arc CD is equal to 50 degrees. Ayan. So para mas maintindihan ninyong mabuti, let us have the examples to be given by Ma'am Delma through her Jamboard.
Thank you, Ma'am Marley. So let's have another example using our Jamboard. Mag-shift muna ako. Yan. Okay. So, we have the figure here. This is circle O, given that line segment MT is a diameter and angle MOA is congruent to angle HOM. And measure of angle AOT is equal to 108 degrees. Nakikita nyo yung figure, mga anak, no? So, we are to find for the following. Number 1, measure of angle MOA. Number 2, measure of angle HOM. Number 3, measure of arc HT. And for number 4 question, if line segment MA is equal to 3x plus 5 and line segment MH is equal to 2x plus 6, then how long is line segment MA and line segment MH? So, let's try to answer the first item here. And that is, wait lang, ayan. Okay, so let's have number 1. Let's find for the measure of angle MOA. So with the given, since line segment MT is diameter, meaning angle MOT here is 100 equal to 180 degrees. So if this is 108 degrees, then how would we know this angle here, MOA? So to do that, we'll simply subtract 180 and 108 degrees to get the measure of angle MOA. So 180 minus 108 is 72 degrees. So measure of angle MOA is 72 degrees. Sulat natin dito. Okay, so okay na tayo sa number 1. Number 2. What is the measure of angle HOM? So dun sa theorems natin kanina, since the two arcs here are congruent ito, ibig sabihin, yung central angles din nila ay congruent. Okay, another thing is that, nag-appear. Yung central angle and its intercepted arc are also congruent. So, if angle MOA is 72 degrees, then angle HOM is also 72 degrees. Yan. So, this is also 72 degrees. Number 3. What is the measure of arc naman ngayon? Arc HT. Asan ba si arc HT? Ito. Ano daw ang measure ng arc na to? Take note mga anak, ang central angle and yung intercepted arc niya ay pareho ang sukat. So since our angle AOT here is 108, ibig sabihin si HOT is also 108 and the intercepted arc is also 108 degrees. So I hope nasusundan ha. So number 4. Yung last na item dun sa ating activity for figure 1. If line segment MA, this one, itong chord na to, is equal to 3x plus 5 and MH is equal to 2x plus 6, then how long is line segment MA and line segment MH? So, anong gagamitin natin dito? Dahil tong intercepted arcs nila ay congruent, ibig sabihin, yung chords nila ay congruent din. So, equate lang din natin. Line segment MA is congruent to line segment MH. Pinanindigan na walang salamin kasi ano. Sige. Maliliit pala. Kaya yan. So, what is our MA? Sabi dun sa given natin, MA is 3x plus 5. So, it should be equal to, ano yung MH natin? 2x plus 6. Okay, now let's solve for the value of x. So, this is 3x minus 2x is equal to 6 minus 5. Nasundan ba? So, 3x minus 2x is x. 6 minus 5 is 1. So, the value of x is 1. We'll use that to substitute it in the given. So, MA, line segment MA is 3x plus 5. So, that is 3 times 1 plus 5. And that will give us 8 units. And for MH, di ba dapat congruent sila? So, let's see. 2x plus 6. So, we substitute 1, 2 times 1 plus 6. It's also 8. So, our line segment MA and line segment MH are both 8 units long. So, that is for our problems for figure number 1. So, I think ready na ba tayo? Anong susunod? Ready na tayo para sa sagot ng ruleta number 2? Yes! So, bigay ko. Balik natin kay Teacher Marife for the winners. Winners na kaagad, ano? Yung 10 na, first 10 na nakasagot ng Math Ruleta question number 2 natin.
Thank you so much sa ating magagaling na discussants. Diba, Sir Sunny? Hello, Sir Sunny. Ang gagaling ng ating mga discussants, diba?
Yes, ma'am. Talagang na-impress ako sa dalawang discussant natin. naintindihan talagang mabuti.
Oo,
So,
kaya nga
thank you
sabi
very
nila
much.
sa akin, pag mag-ready lang mamaya si Sir Sunny, sabi nila, narinig ko, alam mo na, may pa-surprise sila mamaya sa'yo.
Wala akong takot kasi ikaw naman kasama ko.
Yun lang. Okay, so thank you so much. So, it's time for us to give the answer for number 2. The answer is letter B, 83 degrees. So, congratulations sa 10 na nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Shakira Javier of 10 Mendeleev, Alaysa Alejandro of 10 Obra, Crystal Joy Padaong 10 Tindalo, Novi Ramos of 10 Camagong, Ryan Ignacio of 10 Mahogany, Jairo Sales of 10 Einstein, Alexis Manzano of 10 Einstein, Reynalyn Dolor of 10 Gimelina, Levi Jane Soliven of 10 Gimelina, and Jan Philip Prudencio of 10 Gimelina. Talaga naman!
Grabe! Grabe ang 10 Gimelina.
Yes, alam bumabawi ang 10 Gimelina. Okay, spin na natin. Tingnan nga natin kung papalarin.
Einstein, Mendeleev, and Rutherford. Go, 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 mga anak.
Wow! Anong section? Alam nyo, ito na, totoo na talaga to. Alam nyo, talagang swerte ang aking jumpsuit. Okay. Congratulations to Novi Ramos of 10 Camagong. Oh, nakakatuwa.
Susunod kami dyan, Ma'am
Kaya nga,
Marife.
bakit
Mamaya
ganyan?
SPA, Obra at SPJ.
Sulit na sulit ang aking pagsusuot ng jumpsuit. Okay.
Thank you, Indai's Angels.
Yes. Thank you, Indai's Angels. Talaga naman. Okay. So, yeah. Sir Sunny, pangatlong tanong natin.
Okay, ready na tayo sa ating pangatlong tanong. Kaya lang meron tayong konting correction dito. Pasensya na mga anak. Ang angle natin dito is 115. So this is now the question for math roulette number 3. In the circle O, angles MOA and angle MOA and angle HOT are congruent central angles. The measure of angle MOE equals 115. Then what is the measure of the arc HT? Is it A, 145 degrees? Letter B, 102.5 degrees? Letter C, 210 degrees, or letter D, 115 degrees. I will repeat once more. In circle O, angles MOA and HOT are congruent central angles. If the measure of angle MOA equals 115, then what is the measure of arc HT? Is it A, 145 degrees? Letter B, 102.5 degrees, letter C 210 degrees, or letter D 115 degrees. Okay, go mga anak. Back to you, Ma'am Marife.
Thank you so much, Sir Sunny. Okay, so once again, may we call on our discussants for today, Teacher Marley Jane and Teacher Delma, for the discussion of Theorems 3 and 4, together with the actual example to be given by Ma'am Delma using the Google Jamboard.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Marife. So let us now proceed with theorem number 3. So if you remember theorem number 2 a while ago, it's almost similar to theorem number 3. Only that, a while ago, only one circle is being used. So this time, two circles which are congruent. So theorem number 3 says, in congruent circles, two minor arcs are congruent if and only if their corresponding chords are congruent. Now let us look at circle C. The chord is segment AB, and in circle Z, the chord is segment XY. It is said that circle C is congruent to circle Z. And also, segment AB is congruent to segment XY. So what will happen? Then, arc AB, the arc using the same endpoints as that of the chord is congruent to arc XY, which uses also the same endpoints as that of segment XY. So, ayan siya. Next. So, say for example, if segment AB is equal to 4 units, segment XY will definitely be equal to 4 units. And when measure arc AB is equal to 70 degrees, then the measure of arc XY is also equal to 70 degrees. Okay, so that's all about theorem number 3. Now let us proceed with the fourth theorem. Theorem number 4. It says, in a circle, a radius bisects a chord and an arc with the same endpoints if and only if the radius is perpendicular with the chord. Yan. So let us say for example, you have chord which is line segment AC. Then you have another, the radius of the circle, we have segment BD. Segment BD is perpendicular to segment AC. Now, since the radius is perpendicular to the chord, then the radius divides segment AC into two equal parts. So, you have segment AE is congruent to segment EC. So, equally divided, basta perpendicular bisector. Okay, so example, if AC is perpendicular to segment BD and segment AE is equal to 10 units, then you have segment EC is also equal to 10 units. So, equally divided, pareho sila ng measure yung chord na na-divide into two equal parts. Why? As I have said, the radius BD is perpendicular to the chord segment AC. So, for you again to better understand these last two theorems, let us have Ma'am Delma for her examples in her Jamboard.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Marley. So, let's do the Jamboard. And we have here figure number 2. Okay, given that line segment OA, hindi yan overacting mga anak.
OA talaga.
OA bisects line segment PE at point H. And the measure of arc EOP is equal to 252 degrees. Find line segment HE if PH, hindi yan Philippines, is equal to 5x minus 2 and HE is equal to 3x plus 8. And number 2, find the measure of arcs AP and arc EA. So, we're going to answer these questions here. So, shift ulit ako sa Google Jamboard natin. Number 2. Yan, lumiit nga lang yung drawing natin, pero yan din yon. Okay, so our given is that line segment OA bisects line segment PE at point H. And if you can see there the angle formed, sumobra ako. The angle formed, what angle is that? Angle OHP, angle formed by line segment OA and line segment PE, that's 90 degrees. So meaning, line segment OA is perpendicular to line segment PE. So, naalala nyo yung theorem na katatapos lang na na-discuss ni Ma'am Marley kanina. So, let's try to answer number 1. Kapag perpendicular daw yon, anong relationship ulit, no? Anong relationship ng pH and HE? So kanina dun sa katatapos natin na theorem, sabi niya the two line segment pH and HE are congruent. So ito dapat ay magkasing haba. So let's solve for the measure. Ang hinihingi dito, find the measure of line segment HE. So to solve that, line segment HE ay congruent to line segment PH. PH is equal to 5x minus 2 and HE is equal to 3x plus 8. So 3x plus 8 is equal to 5x minus 2. So solve natin, 3x minus 5x is equal to negative 2 minus 8. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. Negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10. Divided by negative 2, we have x is equal to 5. So, value ng x natin ay 5. Now, we can solve for the measure of line segment HE. HE lang naman yung hinihingi dito. So, line segment HE, mag-substitute lang tayo mga anak. Line segment HE is 3x plus 8. So, we substitute 3. Our x is equal to 5. So, that's 3 times 5 plus 8. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 8 is 23. Yan. So, our line segment HE is 23. So, if this is 23, automatic pH is also 23 units. Okay, next number 2. Number 2 is we are to find for the measure of arcs AP and EA. Okay, take note that since HE and PH are congruent, ibig sabihin, itong arc with the same endpoints as the chords ay congruent din. Okay. Ngayon, ang given ay ito, 252. Okay, so paano natin isosolve? Yung isang buong circle is 360 degrees. So, 360 degrees minus 252. Dalawang angles yon, so divide natin by 2. That would be the value of, or the measure of arc, AP. AP. And EA, pareho lang yan mamaya. So, 360 minus 252 is 108 degrees divided by 2, 54 degrees. So, the measure of arc AP is equal to 54 degrees. Dahil congruent sila, then the measure of arc AE is also 54 degrees. Para pag inad natin, 252 plus 54 plus 54, that is your circle equal to 360 degrees. So, yan po ang ating example showing you theorems numbers 3 and 4. So, mga anak, I hope nakatulong sa inyo para maintindihan ng mas maayos yung ating lesson on chords, arcs, central, and inscribed angles. So, balik ko sa napakaganda nating host para sa winners natin for Roleta number 3.
Yes,
Back to you,
thank
Teacher
you
Marifel.
so much, Teacher Delma. Talaga naman, kung ako ang estudyante, marami akong matututunan. Lalong-lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemic kasi kami lang, ewan ko lang kung sa ibang school, pero showing you the actual solution using the Google Jamboard. Nag-iisa lang ang Doña Aurora. Saan ka pa? Okay, so kung ako sa inyo, huwag sayangin ng oras, laging mag-log in at manood sa ating Mata Live sa Facebook Live. Okay, so ang sagot sa question number 3 is letter D, 115. And congratulations sa 10 nanalo. Congratulations sa 10 nakakuha ng tamang sagot. At isa sa inyo ang mananalo. Okay. So, Jai Rosales of 10 Einstein, Marian Garcia of 10 Almasiga, Lander Acob of 10 Sinagtala, Benalyn Dolor of 10 Jimilina, Ronali Kayaban of 10 Mendeleev, Jonah Guainet of 10 Tindalo, Joyce Busto of 10 Molave, Jesslyn Lazaro of 10 Obra, Darin Paul Makadangdang of 10 Mendeleev, and Karil Jade Foronda of 10 Einstein. Okay, tignan natin. Sino kaya ang mananalo sa ating ikatlong tanong? Okay, spin na natin.
Einstein na ba?
Mendeleev na ba? Jimilina na ba? Almasiga na ba? Okay na ako. Congratulations to! Na Columbia.
Yay!
Congratulations to Ronali Kayaban of 10 Mendeleev. Lumagpas nandun na kanina eh.
Sabi na nga nararamdaman ko. Anak, i-message ako sa number na loloadan.
Yes, ganun din kay Novi and Andrea.
Yes.
Yung papaloadan ninyong number, paki-PM ako. Okay, congratulations kay Ronali Kayaban of 10 Mendeleev. Oh, tuwang-tuwa ang teacher. Okay.
Ako nasusunod dyan. Kasi akong nasa pagitan nyo alphabetically arranged.
Tama. Okay, so now let's move on to the illustrations of tangents, seconds, and sectors by teacher Marley Jane Espiritu. Ay, pala. Sir Sunny, hello! Sir, question number 4 po.
Sanay na si Mama Maripin na nag-iisa.
Ay, hindi.
Okay.
Excited
So,
lang
ito
ako,
na
sir,
yung
kasi
questions-
nanalo ako 2
question natin.
beses.
Kaya nga, yung galing-galing yung mga estudyante, pati yung teacher nila. Okay, ito na yung math ruleta question number 4. If angle X o Y is an inscribed angle of circle P, find the measure of X o Y if its intercept is 47 degrees. Is it letter A, 22.5 degrees, letter B, 47 degrees, letter C, 94 degrees, or letter D, 100 degrees? Again, angle X o Y.
Hello, sir. Sir Sunny. Sir Sunny, na-choppy po. Choppy? Nag-sarding. Okay, nag-sarding ni Sir Sunny. So nga ituloy tayo. Okay. Ulitin ko yung tanong. Angle XOY is an inscribed angle of circle P. Find the measure of XOY if its intercepted arc is 47 degrees. A, 23.5 degrees.
Wow,
B,
na ako, Ma'am Maripin.
yes sir, sige po, okay lang po. 47 degrees, C, 94 degrees, and D is 100 degrees. Yan na po ang normal, ngayong new normal, sir. Minsan nawawala, minsan bumabalik, minsan talagang wala na. Okay, so, ano pang hinihintay ninyo? I-send na ang inyong sagot. Nakapag-send na yung iba. Oh, gagaling talaga. Okay, so eto na, ulitin ko. Let's move on to the illustrations of tangents, seconds, and sectors by teacher Marley Jane Espiritu.
Yes. So, let us now have some terms related to the circle. So, the first one, a secant. Secant is a line that intersects the circle at 2 distinct points on the circle, and it contains a chord of the circle. Second, a tangent is a line that intersects a circle at exactly 1 point and this point is the point of tangency. So there, look at the figure. You have point T on the circle, on circle P. Now, you are given line M. Line M intersects circle P at point T. So, line M intersects circle P at point T at only one point. Therefore, line M is called a tangent line. And the point of intersection between line M and circle P is what you call the point of tangency. Now, looking at the second figure, you have there line AB. Line AB intersects circle P at 2 points. So, because it intersected circle P at 2 points, line AB is what you call a secant line. So, nag-extend siya on both ends. So, dumaan sa loob ng circle. Now, if you only take the segment joining point A and point B, then you have the chord of the circle. So, yan, tandaan, basta in-extend mo on both ends, ang chord magiging secant line. Now, let's have the third. A sector of a circle is the region bounded by an arc on the circle and the two radii to the endpoints of the arc. Number 4, a tangent segment is a segment contained in a tangent line. And then, a second segment is found outside the circle. A second segment found outside the circle is the external secant segment. And the segment of a circle is the region bounded by an arc and the segment joining its endpoints. Okay, let's have the example. So here, these are all about the parts of the circle wherein dun tayo sa very colorful na drawing ng circle sa number 1. Yung isang hati ng circle, bawat kulay, pag hiniwalay mo, that is what you call the sector of the circle. So, ano ang bumubuo sa sector of a circle? It is bounded by two radii of the circle and the rim of the circle. Another example is the pizza. So, pag hinati-hati mo yung pizza, and you are going to get one part of the sliced pizza, that is what you call a sector of a circle. Now, look at figure number 3, yung pinakataas sa rightmost. Kung kukunin mong buo, yung nahati, yung may kulay, both green and pink, then, yung buo, tinatawag nating sector of a circle. Now, if you are going to connect the endpoints of the angle of the radii, then there will be two figures that can be formed. Out of the sector, magkakaroon ng tinatawag nating segment of the circle. Asan ang segment of the circle na? Yung kulay pink. Yan. Yung kulay pink. Now, let's have the fourth one, dun sa baba, yung left. So, you are given two radius of the circle. So, lahat ng nakulayan ng green, yun ay tinatawag natin na sector of a circle. Now, notice that nilagyan ng line connecting the endpoints of the radii of the circle. Tama? Nagkaroon siya ng chord. So, yung between the chord and yung rim ng circle, yun yung tinatawag nating segment of the circle. So, actually, ang segment ay parte ng sector of a circle, bounded by the chord of the circle and the rim of the circle. So, the last one, yung merong kulay green, yung napalibutan ng kulay green, that's a sector. Tapos, segment, yung rim, at saka yung chord ng circle. So, yung kulay, ano ba yan, ma'am? Kulay violet? Yes. And then, yung arc natin, syempre, yung rim mismo ng circle. So, yung sample natin dyan, nakulayan siya ng kulay red. So, that's all about sectors and segment of a circle. Okay. So, proceed tayo. Balik tayo sa iyo, Ma'am Marife, for the answer for Roleta number 4.
Yes, thank you so much, Teacher Marley. Nakakatuwa naman yung illustrations ng sectors of a circle. O, di ba? Nakikita ko kanina yung pizza, nabusog na ako, natuto pa ako. O, di ba? Okay, so, congratulations to the 10 students na nakapag-send ng tamang sagot. At syempre sa mga nakapag-send ng tamang sagot pero hindi nakapasok sa first 10, sige pa rin, try pa rin, never give up, sabi nga nila. Okay, congratulations to Jai Rosales of 10 Einstein, Landarakov of 10 Sinagtala, Alexis Manzano, 10 Einstein, Jasmine Medina, 10 Einstein, Nicole Castillo of 10 Mendeleev, Makayla Besa of 10 Einstein, Kenrick Pinson of 10 Mendeleev, Casey Valdez of 10 Mendeleev, Daryl Paul Bakadangdang of 10 Mendeleev, and Rian Jeline Visaya of 10 Mendeleev. Talaga naman, wala silang pinalagpas.
Dahil nag-iisa ang Sinagtala, sana naman siya nang manalo.
Okay,
Panalo,
sige, tignan
daming
natin.
Mendeleev.
Spin
Congratulations,
natin.
mga anak.
Yes, talaga naman.
Rutherford, go!
And
Meron pa tayo
congratulations
isang
to
question.
Nicole Castillo of 10 Mendeleev.
Okay, Nicole, alam na. I-message ang
Congratulations, Nicole. Nakakatawa naman to mga SSC. Talagang binilisan mag-send. Okay, sige. So may we have the 5th question, Sir Sunny.
Okay, so andito na tayo sa last question. Sana may manalo rin na nag-ibang section naman. Okay, ito na yung ating tanong. Makinig na kayo mabuti. A line intersects circle P at point M, which is on the circle. What do you call point M? Okay, I will repeat. Wala sang illustration dito. Mag-imagine na lang kayo. A line intersects circle P at point M, which is on the circle. What do you call point M? Is it letter A, point of intersection, letter B, point of tangency, letter C, point of reference, or letter D, point of similarity? Okay, pwede na kayong sumagot mga anak. Hindi na kayo magsosolve dyan. Nakinig lang kayo sa explanation ni Ma'am Marley kanina. Siguradong makukuha nyo yung tamang sagot. Okay, back to you, Ma'am Marife.
Yes, thank you, Sir Sunny. So, once again, for the application of circles in real life and summary of the lesson, may we call on our discussants, Teacher Marley Jane and Teacher Delma.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Marife. Now, let's have the circles in real life. Narinig nyo din to kanina sa ating RBI mga anak. Ano bang mga bilog-bilog sa buhay natin? So, what you see now are some examples of circles. So, sana nakasakay. Hindi pa ako nakasakay nito. Natatakot kasi ako mula nung bata. Hindi pa ako nakasakay ng Ferris wheel na ganyan. Okay.
Try to natin sa
Skyruns. Diba, ang laki.
Yan yung todo kapit ako dun sa ano. At ang favorite nating snack, hindi naman ito yung merienda natin mamaya, ang pizza, ang round table, ano pa, yung ginagamit natin na wheel of names.
Yes.
Yan. Siyempre, ang coins, ang donut, para nagugutom na ako. Ano pa ba?
Di bale.
Wall clock.
Kasi
Madaming bilog-bilog sa buhay.
Oo, yung siopaw, di ba, bilog din.
Huwag lang mambibilog ng ulo mga anak ha, hindi maganda yon. Okay, now for the summary of our lesson, let's hear it from Ma'am Marley.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Delma. So let's summarize what we have talked about today in our live streaming. So we have theorem number 1. If two central angles of a circle are congruent, then their corresponding minor arcs are congruent. Theorem number 2. If two chords of a circle or congruent circles are congruent, then their corresponding minor arcs are congruent. Theorem number 3. In congruent circles, two minor arcs are congruent if and only if their corresponding chords are congruent. And theorem number 4. In a circle, a radius bisects a chord and an arc with the same endpoints if and only if the radius is perpendicular with the chord. So that's it, mga anak. I hope you have learned something for today, and I hope you bear in mind these concepts that you have learned so that it will be useful when you will go to higher math. Pagdating nyo ng grade 11, grade 12, and definitely pagpunta ninyo sa kolehiyo. Okay, back to you, Ma'am Marife.
Yes, thank you so much, Ma'am Marley Jane and Ma'am Delma. So parang ang hirap ng tanong kasi wala pang binibigay sa akin. So habang inihintay natin ang sagot, ang mga sumagot, Sir Sunny, pwede na tayong magpasalamat kasi wala pa yung sagot ng mga learners natin. Ang hirap nung tanong.
Ang sagot ng point of umpisa niya.
Yes, sir. Oo, ang hirap kanina ng computation, alam nila. Ngayon at terms, hindi nila alam. Nahihirapan sila.
Habang naghintay tayo ng mga sagot, pasalamatan na natin ang ating mga tao na nasa likod ng programang ito. First and foremost, our technical specialist, Sir Justel Reston Guillermo, and teacher Dennis U. Mendoza. To our assistant principal, Ma'am Ruby R. Guillermo, and of course, our officer in charge, Dr. Rodrigo B. Pascua. Vision, kalimutan ko na.
Our CID, Chief.
CID. Okay.
And of course, thank you sa ating generous benefactor of math Roleta Prizes, Ma'am Larna Tan Nevado. And syempre sa ating loving supervisory head, Ma'am Merlinda Dayaw Dante. And syempre sa ating technical specialist, Sir Dennis and Sir Joshel. Sir Dennis, get well soon. Namimiss ka namin dito. Okay, and syempre sa ating mga magagaling na discussants, naggagandahan at magagaling syempre sa math yan. Okay, Teacher Marley Jane and Teacher Delma. And syempre sa ating matatalas ang mata, ang mabibilis ang kilos, electronic raffle organizers, Teacher Marley J. Marilyn Martin Juliano and Teacher Naida Valencia Mangabat. And of course sa ating scriptwriter, RBI scriptwriter presentation designer, Teacher Cora. Oh, eto na. Nandito na. And of course, sige, tapusin na natin yan. Yours truly, Teacher Marife and Teacher Sunny. Okay, eto na. Okay, so we have now the first 10. Novi Ramos of 10 Camagong, John Mar Villanueva of 10 Chimilina, Andrea Micaela Sugitan of 10 Camagong. O, talaga naman. Yeslin Lazaro of 10 Obra, Jane Carlo Lintao of 10 Einstein, Regeline Visaya of 10 Mendelib, Casey Valdez of 10 Mendelib, Rufa May Domingo of 10 Chimilina, Nico Eugenio of 10 Einstein, and Cesarina Santiago of 10 Einstein. Okay, spin na natin. Tignan natin kung sinong makakakuha ng ikalima. And congratulations to... Wow! Napunta. Congratulations to, yes, Rangeline Visaya of 10 Mendelin.
Congratulations, Rain.
Congratulations, Rangeline.
Congratulations.
Okay, and thank you for joining and staying with us today. See you again next time on
Math Alive sa Facebook Live.
Bye!
Stay safe, mga
Stay
anak.
safe. God bless. O, sabi ni Sir Joshua, 5 minutes na lang. 5 minutes. Ay, 5 seconds.
Nagre-red yung signal ni Sir Jassel.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sir Sunny.
Advanced Algebra,
Thank you din, Mama
Intermediate
Maripen. Live na
Algebra,
live tayo.
Trigonometry, Elementary Algebra, Geometry, mga araling dapat tuklasin, Mathematics Learning Area, Mathematics kahit saan, kahit kailan, Mathematics, maaasahan, inyong tututukan dito sa 106.3 DWDR-FM. Basta Dance Radio, learning is amazing! Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM.